You're lying awake again. The room is dark, the air is still, but your mind is a storm. Questions loop and spiral, pulling you deeper. What did they mean by that? Did I say the wrong thing? What if I've been wrong this whole time? The answers never come. Only more questions. And in the silence, you realize this isn't thinking. This is something else. Something heavier. You've been taught that intelligence is your greatest gift. But what if it's also your greatest burden? What if the very thing that helped you understand the world is the same thing that won't let you rest? Intelligence was supposed to be freedom, but for you, it became a cage. And the bars? They're made of your own thoughts. It started early, didn't it? When you were young, the adults noticed. You asked questions other kids didn't ask. You saw patterns they didn't see, and they praised you for it. You're so smart, they said. You're going to do great things. And somewhere inside, you learned a rule. Your value lives in your mind. You became the problem solver, the one with answers, the one who thought things through. But no one told you the cost. No one warned you that once you learn to live in your head, it's almost impossible to leave. Psychologists call this metacognition, thinking about thinking. It's a gift, but it's also a trap. When you're aware of your own thought patterns, you can analyze everything, but you can also get stuck there, watching yourself think, judging your own judgments, creating loops that have no exit. Your intelligence doesn't just help you solve problems, it helps you find problems that don't exist yet. It scans for danger, for mistakes, for the 1,000 ways things could go wrong. And because you're smart, you're good at it. Too good. There's another layer, analysis paralysis. You felt it 100 times. You stand at a crossroads, weighing every option, every outcome, every consequence. Other people choose quickly, impulsively even. But you see too much. You know that every choice closes doors. Every yes is 100 no's. And so you wait, hoping clarity will come, hoping the right answer will reveal itself. But it never does, because there is no right answer. There's only the choice you make and the life that follows. You remember being 10 years old, sitting at the kitchen table with a math problem. Other kids finished in minutes, but you stared at it, double-checking, triple-checking, convinced there was something you missed. Your teacher said you were thorough, but you felt slow, trapped. Even then, you couldn't turn it off. You remember being 16, replaying a conversation from lunch. Did you laugh too loud? Did they think you were trying too hard? You rewound it in your mind, analyzing tone, body language, the pauses between words. You became a detective of your own social life, searching for clues that you were doing it wrong. You remember being 23, staring at a job offer. Good pay, stable company. But what if it wasn't the right fit? What if you were settling? What if there was something better just around the corner? You made spreadsheets, pros and cons lists. You asked friends, mentors, strangers on the internet. And in the end, you were so exhausted by the decision that it didn't matter what you chose. The choosing had already drained you. These weren't isolated moments, they were training. Each time you overthought, you strengthened the pattern. Each time you analysed instead of acted, you taught your brain that thinking was safer than doing. And your brain listened. It learned. Now, overthinking isn't something you do. It's something you are. So now you do this when someone says, "I'm fine," and you spend the next hour dissecting their tone, their word choice, the way they looked away. You convince yourself you're being considerate. But really, you're spiraling. You do this at work, you finish a project, but you can't let it go. You review it again. And again, you find flaws no one else would notice. You rewrite sentences that were already clear. You're not perfecting it. You're delaying the moment when someone might judge it, when someone might judge you. You do this in relationships. Someone says they love you, and instead of feeling it, you question it. Why? What do they see in me? How long until they realize I'm not enough? You turn love into a puzzle, something to solve rather than something to live inside. You do this alone too. You sit in silence and your mind fills it with noise. Should I have gone to that event? Am I wasting my potential? Am I behind? Am I enough? The questions have no answers, but they keep coming. An endless scroll of self-interrogation. You wonder why you feel so tired, why rest never feels like rest, why even your downtime is work. It's because your mind never stops. It's because you've learned to treat every moment as something to analyze, optimize, fix. You've forgotten how to just be. How to let a thought pass without chasing it. How to let a feeling exist without explaining it. Other people seem lighter. They make decisions and move on. They say things without rehearsing them. They exist without commentary. And you wonder what that's like. To think less, to feel more, to trust that you don't need to figure everything out before you're allowed to live. You've made overthinking your identity. And now, you don't know who you'd be without it. But here's what you need to hear. You're not broken. You're not too much. Your mind is not your enemy. It's trying to protect you. It learned long ago that thinking ahead keeps you safe. That analyzing keeps you in control. That if you can just understand everything, nothing will hurt you. It was doing its job. And it still is. The problem isn't your intelligence. It's that no one taught you when to stop using it. Healing doesn't mean thinking less, it means thinking differently. It means learning to distinguish between productive thought and rumination. Productive thought has a direction, it moves toward a decision, a solution, a next step. Rumination circles, it replays the same loops arriving nowhere. When you catch yourself spiraling, ask, is this thought helping me move forward, or is it just keeping me busy? You don't have to silence your mind, you have to befriend it. Start noticing when overthinking begins, not to judge it, but to name it. I'm doing it again. I'm looping. That moment of awareness is everything. Because once you see it, you have a choice. You can keep circling, or you can redirect. You can ask yourself, what do I need right now? Not what do I need to figure out? What do I need to feel? Try this. When the thoughts come, let them. Don't fight them. Don't try to outthink them. Just watch. Imagine your mind is a river and thoughts are leaves floating by. You don't have to grab every leaf. You don't have to examine it, categorize it, understand it. You can let it pass. This is what presence feels like. Not emptiness, but space, room to breathe. And here's the truth no one tells you. You don't need all the answers. You never did. Life isn't a problem to solve. It's a process to live. The uncertainty you fear is not a flaw in the plan. It's the plan. The not knowing is where growth happens, where trust is built, where you learn that you are more than your thoughts, that you can act without knowing, that you can rest without having earned it. Your intelligence is a gift, but so is your intuition, so is your body, so is the quiet voice beneath the noise that already knows what you need. You've been listening to the loudest part of yourself for so long. Maybe it's time to listen to the softest. You're allowed to not know. You're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to stop thinking and just feel. You're allowed to be human. And maybe, just maybe, that's the smartest thing you could do. What aspects of overthinking feel most familiar to you? Decision making, replaying conversations, or something else?